Every day in Nigeria, millions of phones turn into studios, bedrooms become sets, streets become stages, and ordinary Nigerians become storytellers. This is not just content, this is culture, this is survival, this is business. Long before algorithms and brand deals, Nigerians were telling stories on street corners, in markets, through jokes and music. Social media simply gave those stories a global stage.
Like productions that come up for audiences far and wide, not limited to Nigeria alone. And you have like all of this in video productions, you have them in like a television series, you have them like in little skits, and in too many other ways that, some people are able to, express themselves.
Why did you not wash this car this morning for the second time?
When did I start washing car?
When did you start doing what?
Man, I washed this car yesterday night.
From comedy skits to beauty tutorials, tech reveals to political commentary, Nigerian content creators now influence trends far beyond the country's borders. Now, who are the creators?
What's your perspective of me or my attire? Hello everyone, welcome to this space. My name is Abiola Durosoya. So let's get to know each other. I love to be called Abiola, which means we have given birth to wealth.
I'm the lead director of Bloom Digital Media. Bloom is a media marketing and communications agency based in Abuja, Nigeria. I'm also a advertising practitioner. What that means is I'm licensed by the federal government through ACON to be able to engage in media and marketing communications.
I am a hospitality consultant and the lead curator at Abuja City Tourist. It's interesting to say that now because at the beginning, it was just purely content creation and I was just curating memories and places that I was visiting at the time for people to have an idea that these places exist in Nigeria and Abuja, and also for people to go ahead and experience those places for themselves. But we've so far transitioned into an actual company that has subsidiaries.
I'm a content creator. I'm also a lawyer. So before I started creating content, I didn't even know what I was doing was content creation initially. I just loved capturing moments. I would put videos together whenever I went out with my friends from uni, and I'll just put it together, like edit and then post. I'll use to celebrate them on their birthdays and just a way of just sharing. I did it for my family. And so in 2024, after law school, there was this event that was happening, like the SSA, the President Abiodun Esset was having a citizenship assembly. And my friend had reached out to me that she was looking for someone that would create highlights for the event. And I just told her that, okay, I know a few people. And I kept on suggesting. And she was like, why don't you think you can do it? I'm like, oh no, what I do is not what you're looking for. And she was like, no, that's what we are looking for. Like, that's exactly what we need. And honestly, I just thought it was more like a hobby for me. And when I went for the event, they had paid me. That was the first time. I didn't even know that I could get paid for something like that.
I'm an actress and I'm a content creator too. I also do red carpet hosts. And I started 2012. That was when I started movie itself, like content creating itself. That was some years back, and I see myself shooting with people all the time. I'll just be at the house, they'll call me for audition and all that. Someone looked at me and was like, Syntex, you'll be a very good actress. And I said, really? He said, yes. I said, why? He said, because you have the personality, you have the looks and all that. I said, okay, no problem.
For many Nigerians, comedy is not just laughter, it is resistance. Creators like Mr. Macaroni turned humor into social commentary, proving that digital content can challenge power and spark national conversations.
I have this passion for, I would say, marketing. You understand? And my first marketing experience came with Indomie. You understand? So I was a campus ambassador for Indomie. You understand? And they basically exposed me into the entire corporate marketing, I'll put it that way. And I saw how huge it was. I saw how progressive it was as well. And I believe that I had the passion and the motivation to want to go into that. So I'd say that was my first taste of corporate marketing. And I think since then, I've always wanted to engage myself in this kind of activities and just move on.
I got my inspirations from my posts from life itself, okay, because I believe life itself is a work of art. Okay, we all are actors and actresses, you know, but just that some people decide to put it as a profession. Okay, so I got inspiration from life itself, and I also believe that what I do helps me to know who I am better.
Today's creators are no longer boxed into one identity. They are entertainers, influencers, hosts, and entrepreneurs.
Yo guys, so if you're in Houston and you want to get Ewa going, this is the spot to check out. Whenever I'm in Houston, I check out this spot called Crave Bowl. It's a cloud kitchen and they sell things like Ewa going, swallow, and other dishes. So on this particular day, I got like 4 different dishes from them. I got the normal authentic Ewa going. I got the agoing beans with a kind of bell pepper spicy sauce. I also got a combo they called Iyarisi that comes with spaghetti, eggs, rice, and beans. It's basically like Nigeria version of achi. So I started off with their rice combo that came with eggs, fish, plantains, and sauce. I liked this bell pepper sauce because it was kind of sweet and spicy at the same time. Now to the agoing beans, I ate it with 2 different things. I ate it with this bell pepper sauce and I also ate it with the authentic ewagoing sauce. Both of the sauces were really good, I'm not even going to lie. But if you're someone who thinks that ewagoing sauce is too intense and you want something a little bit more subtle, you can try out this palm oil bell pepper sauce. Just like the sauce that came with the rice, it was sweet, it was spicy at the same time, and it was seasoned very well. Also, the sauce went really well with this Iyarisi combo, the one with the spaghetti. So let me know, are you a fan of ewagoing? And which sauce would you choose, the authentic ewagoing sauce or the bell pepper sauce? Save guys.
Wait. You're telling me you sell 500 million naira properties and your Instagram page looks like your friend's page that is selling clothes at Wuse Market. As how now, in 2026, look, if your clients can get a G-Wagon cash down, like saying a pure water, then your social media budget cannot be 200,000 naira.
The question is, how many months have 28 days? How many months have 28 days? So, Rachel, are you ready? I'm ready, but I'm ready. Okay, now Rachel, how many months have 28 days?
She wants to embarrass me because, hey, don't worry, let's go to the street and find out.
Come with us, guys. Please, may I know your name?
I'm Sarah.
Oh, Sarah, such a nice name.
Okay, now I have a question for you, and the question is, how many months have 28 days?
1.
Let's be honest with ourselves. If you met you, just the way you are right now, not the potential you, the current version of you, would you date you?
Mama devil don't tire. Mama young mama yaka Holy Ghost fire. Alusha to Ilan hip hop messiah. On the horn the alien shit say kwa fala. As any talu say as I lori as aquara.
So today I'm here to remind you, woman, that choosing you first is not a crime. Choosing to develop yourself, choosing to love you and pamper you is not a crime. It's usually said that you cannot give what you don't have. So listen, if you don't have love, if you don't love yourself, then trust me, you can never give love.
I tell stories through food. So I'm a food and travel content creator. I create recipe videos, food reviews, food challenges, and I travel a lot too for food. So everything is kind of intertwined.
Comedy remains Nigeria's most powerful digital export, rooted in everyday struggles and shared laughter.
My friend, don't do that again, my brother. Let's go.
My brother will not behave like this. Hey!
For many women, content creation offers independence and visibility in spaces once closed off. And in a country with gaps in education and access, creators are becoming informal teachers.
Before I started doing content, I didn't know that there are certain places I could go into or certain rooms I could walk into that content creation will open those avenues for me. I was also at a wedding where I assisted my boss to cover like an event, like the wedding trended a lot on social media. She was the Vicky James bride. That was the first time I had seen Vicky James. I saw like other popular content creators like Olori Supergirl. Like I didn't even know that it was a woman that was behind that brand. I saw her, the Esiaga, and most those people at a fashion event that I went for last year at Transcorp. On a good day, nothing would have ever carried me to I did not even think that I would have ever had the opportunity to walk into Transcorp and be there, walk around. That we're trying to get moments with the bride, we're trying to capture this, do that, and nobody is stopping you, nobody is questioning you simply because you have a media tag.
Content creation has been very, very important, has played an important role in our expansion. So I think that just by content creation allowed for me to express myself and also encourage people to visit places within Nigeria.
We, the influencers, are like the new age of, broadcasters and everything. And at least then, there were a lot of people who passed through a lot of training to become broadcasters. But with influencers, you can pick up your phone and you have 1 million people listening to you. So I think we need to be very careful about that kind of power that's been given to us. And we need to be very mindful about it because, people genuinely listen to what we see. Like when there was this hypo trend and people were drinking hypo, like as a joke. I know it was a joke. I obviously can take a joke, but like it or not, we have a lot of power, and I feel we should be very conscious about how we use that power.
Behind every viral post is unpaid labor, unstable income, and relentless pressure to stay relevant.
I would like to there are not a lot of challenges. Obviously, staying creative and the constant urge to be relevant, which I feel like I found a kind of peace in knowing that, okay, I create the content that I want to create, not the content that makes me viral, because going viral is very overrated, if I'm being very honest. Like, I feel as a content creator, you want to make something that genuinely interests you.
The challenges I get, or generally, is the algorithm. Algorithm changes a lot. You see, when you post a video, you will get a little like. You might post another one, the likes will be higher or the views will be higher than the one you got before. That's because the algorithm changes. And when algorithm changes, its impact on the visibility.
One of the challenges I've had is the way people perceive you, or the fear of being judged mostly.
I think the first challenge was people not understanding what I was doing. It made me feel a certain type of way. I didn't understand how to express it more than I was already doing. But the thing with consistency is over time, people then understand, or maybe not clearly, but they begin to understand, so they gain full knowledge of what it was that I was doing. Right now, everybody understands what we do. Everybody understands what other pages do, but then that's just because consistency and spreading the word has helped with all of that. I think that has been the major challenge. Another challenge I could think of is being able to keep my personal life and my personality and just not showcasing every bit or sharing every bit of myself.
The pay structure, like the CPMs, like you have, those that get paid in dollars and those that get paid in whatever currency that you have there. So you don't want to compare what somebody gets in the US and what you get here.
Ad revenue, personal products, but payment is inconsistent and exploitation is common.
There are copyright infringement laws that exist both in Nigeria and globally. And the good thing about it is most of these platforms as well, like the YouTube, the Google, YouTube and Google, they are together. The Meta, that's Instagram, TikTok, they also work together to ensure that most of these copyright patents are respected. For instance, if I have a product or I have a content that I have copyrighted and I've put out there, you cannot use it and call it your own. You understand? And even if at all you are using it, you are giving credit to me. And one way or the other, I'm also being paid for all this content that is being used. So online, digitally, I believe that these platforms, they've been able to adhere and respect copyright patent laws, copyright infringements. Accounts goes down, like your TikTok account, your Instagram account can go down just by copyright infringements. You understand? I have so many clients where we have to recover accounts, we have to do a lot of things because of most of this copyright infringement issues. So I think there also need to be some certain level of enlightenment, certain level of understanding, enlightening the public on what these copyrights are, how you can break a copyright, and also how you can copyright your content.
Visibility comes with a price. Online praise often works hand in hand with harassment.
Major issue that I feel every content creator like faces it: internet trolls. The internet is like free reign. Anybody can say anything they want, and it's within their rights. I'll give you an example. Like yesterday, someone literally commented, what do you even commented? You know, they win again or something funky like that. And for someone who, let's say, an upcoming creator who maybe got a couple of viral videos and maybe their engagements are going down, maybe that can really affect their psyche. But I've been in the industry long enough to understand how to stay relevant for a long period of time and how to, you know, be busy for a long period of time. So I don't really take it to heart, but for upcoming creators, that can really affect them.
So when people mention online abuse, first thing that comes to mind is cyberbullying. So like people use content you put out, like you find like very popular content creators, like when they put out their stuff, people go online to like pick on them, like, oh, this thing should have been done this way, this thing should have been done that way. And most people feel like it doesn't get to people because they are just sitting behind their keyboards and doing what they are doing. But it's the same thing, like what you can't say to somebody when you can see them face to face, I don't think you should also apply when like online, because it will have the same psychological effect on them. I think in Nigeria now there are laws that are being put in place to like curb those menaces. But the thing is that even if they have been laws, but it's not as effective because a lot of people are afraid. Because again, when you now like report the issues of abuse and online harassment, people still victimize you. Like they tend to victimize, like, oh, you put yourself out there. So because of that, most people are afraid to like, okay, even post stuff or even put out content out there for the fear of what people or what the general public will have to say. Of course, there are good sides to it because social media has created such a space that people are now able to earn and do better for themselves. And I think that recently I was watching something where somebody said that if you want to go into content creation, you should build a wall to like take criticism. Sometimes it's people will criticize you, but people don't know the fine line between harassment and being constructively criticize people's work. And I think that we need to do better as a people. Like when you look at, like, you have to like consider, okay, what went into this, the time, because content creation is not easy. People think it's easy, but it's not easy. Like setting up light alone, the lightning, putting up your phone, getting the right frame rate, like making sure that your content comes out in the best way possible is not. And then for one, you coming out to even share or put, it takes a lot of audacity. And so I just feel like it's not even proper that people come out consistently. Women suffer the most of the time. And people just have the idea of what you do, they just come for you, keep coming for you.
Burnout, anxiety, and imposter syndrome are rarely discussed but widely experienced.
Anxiety and pressure, like that's another very critical part of being a content creator. No matter how you want to see it, every single creator goes through this. Because I mean, when you start creating content and you're doing it for the love of the game, it's different. You know, you still are a little bit anxious, but there's nothing on the line. By the time you start collecting money for creating content, it changes the ballgame entirely, because You want the brands that pay you to convert. You want them to be able to make sales. You want them to be able to get orders or something like that, So that thought builds up anxiety in you, and sometimes you procrastinate posting the video, you procrastinate editing it. I struggle with it, but I think what I'm starting to learn is I've grown a very strong community. So I've even realized that I don't even need to go viral for my community to patronize anybody that I post. And also that's also about being honest. You have to be honest with your community. You have to create a community of people who trust your word. If you say A is A, they know A is A. So that's as a content creator, you should have certain principles that no matter what, you don't default or you don't go against. You just have your principles and stick to it. So anxiety will always be there as long as you're creating content, but I feel eventually it's just do it, what's the worst that can happen? Nobody can beat you. But it's always be there. It's just how you handle it.
Beyond entertainment, Nigerian creators shape language, fashion, politics, and global perceptions of Africa.
One of the benefits is the fact that you get brand deals, ambassadorial deals. You get people call you, companies call you to help you, for you to help them advertise their products or talk about their products. Definitely you get paid when you're doing that. And the second benefit is the fact that you get fame, okay? The fame part of it, you go out, people want to meet with you, people want to mingle with you, you go out to get something for social amount, you get it cheaper because they are following you, because you have a fan base.
I think one of the highs was, I would say, last year. We were the official media partner for our national advertising conference. You understand? It was we that fully managed the entire process. We're the media partners. That's one of the highs. I would say one of the highs is the people around me. You understand? Having to be able to manage the great people I have around me, my staffs, we call them bloomers.
I have been creating content for NGOs. Whenever people have birthdays or events, they just ask me to create content, and I got an internship last year to now build my skill sets, and yeah, just like that, I've just been going from there.
Yeah, I won a TikTok Africa award, and I was flown by TikTok to South Africa, which is something that I don't think I would have been able to achieve without content creation. I'm also a world record holder for the most restaurants visited in a day, which is something that 150 spots in a day, which is something that obviously without content creation I also wouldn't be able to do. Except from that, meeting new people. There are some people that I look up to in the industry, and there are some people that I just look up to generally that I've gotten to meet and connect with because of content creation.
The next generation will not wait to be discovered. They will upload.
All this youth, I think that are into, content creation, they have to have a sketched out map, and there has to be a national orientation. Also has to create workshops for new Nigerian content creators, and then they have to tell themselves too that look, there is what they call longevity, there is what they call also lifespan in what you do, you create. So, and it's not necessarily about how much money you make immediately, but impressively they're making a lot of money. So you have to have a control field. So when you come out tomorrow contesting for anything, we know that you have meant well for Nigeria. You have promoted Nigeria so well. So why not? Those are the kind of people that, there are people that I don't have to mention that, when they come out tomorrow, he will definitely have this one liking. I'm not saying that you must be liked by everybody. So for every youth out there has to be a reason to why you are creating content. And what is the Nigerian element in the content that you are promoting?
In a country of stories, the feed never sleeps. And as long as there's a phone, a voice, and an internet connection, Nigeria will keep creating.